Let me be honest with you. One of the things that will stop a person from filming is the whole filming process. It's not just me sitting right here talking to you, this, filming. It's also about pulling out all of the stuff, pulling out everything you need, then putting it away. The life of a social media person, YouTube or whatever it is about a lot of times taking stuff out and putting it back, taking stuff out and putting it back. So no matter how much you think you've got everything in order, it just ain't in order all the time. So and you get tired. I mean, you get tired. It's like, so I'm gonna do this, and then like fragrances or makeup, you got to pull out all this stuff. Like if I'm doing my makeup, I got to pull out all of the stuff that I'm gonna use for perfume. If I'm gonna do a perfume, I got to pull out everything I'm gonna do for it. So sometimes you just be like, you know what, never mind. But I didn't today. Why? Because this makeup is so damn cute. And if you did not see the live that me and Coco did doing our makeup, you missed out. So I'm gonna put it right here in the card so you can see how this look came together, y'all. Because it came together. Okay, so anyway, you see what this is about. You saw the name. So let's just go and talk. Let's just go and talk. Let's just go and talk. All right, so I did a poll because I'm trying to be a little more interactive with my channel. Trying to put some stuff out there so y'all can tell me yay or nay. So I did a poll. I'm calling them this or that polls, and it was plum or apricot, peach apricot 1. Don't worry, plum's gonna come too. Plum will be done, but it's just not being done today. So anyway, let's talk peach apricot fragrances. Fragrances. I found that I like one more than the other, and we'll talk about that in a second. So anyway, I don't have a lot of peach. I actually have more apricot-y, osmanthus type of vibes than peach. And I'll tell you why in a second. Why am I saying that? So why are you saying that? You're in the process of talking about it. So anyway, peach and apricot are very similar. We know this. When you pick up a peach or apricot, they're very similar. They have a slightly different scent to them, scent profile, scent to them, but they are very similar, very similar. So I tend to like apricot / osmanthus more than I like peach. The reason why is because peach can sometimes go weird on my skin. Apricot, osmanthus, I never had the problem, but peach can go weird on my skin. It'll smell really juicy and ripe, and then all of a sudden it'll smell like a old decaying ass peach. So it just depends on how it's done. So I'm gonna share some that I have. I have quite a few, but I'm only gonna share some of them because these are the ones that it really stands out. The note really stands out in these. So I'm gonna start with peach because I have less peach, and I'm only gonna talk about a few of the peach ones. Oh, I forgot something. I mean, because let's just be honest, a lot of times you really don't smell them because they're so well blended in the fragrance that they're just giving it like a juicy sweetness to it sometimes, like almost like a honey kind of vibe. But other times you can honestly smell it. So let's go ahead. We're going to start with peach. So I'm going to start with peach. One of the first ones that I had that had it in it. Oops, this is the wrong one. Where's it at? Is this it? I just put it back or something? Did I? I just had it in my hand. Okay, it was right in front of me. So the first one I want to talk about is Feminine du Bois. Now this has what really works on me, which is kind of a plum and peach vibe. So this is plum and peach. So it creates this kind of like stone fruit. So this is like more of like a stone fruit vibe. This one is like, I talked about it in my Sur du Temps, so I'm not going to go deep into it. But this is like a very stewed fruit, kind of slightly spicy. Very good for the holidays. Love it for that time of year. And the peach works really well with plum. I find that plum and peach work really well for me. So this is Feminine du Bois. All right, so then next up we're gonna stay a little deeper for a second. This is Inaura Oud by Swiss Arabian. Now the peach in this is here's the thing with this. This has teak wood in it and everything. So this is like a peachy woody vibe. This is very beautiful. You'd have to smell it, but the peach is there and very prominent, because what it does, it works with the oud in here. I think there's a little rose, and it works with those fragrances and really amps it up and gives it a juicy woody vibe to it. Just a juicy, fruity, woody vibe. But the peach is done so well that it's just very sophisticated. It's just a very sophisticated peach in our oud. Love that fragrance. Absolutely love it. Love it. Okay, so then I'm gonna take this one. We're gonna start getting into some lighter ones, and I'm only picking out a few because I'm gonna do one more that's a little deep. This is AL02 by Belle. Now this is very peachy, but it's very peachy in a quite adult, mature, kind of intoxicating way. This is one of those fragrances that is definitely not for everybody. This isn't one of those things that you would say is, you know, easy breezy, just, you know, very, what is the word I'm thinking of? Very mass appealing. This is not a mass appealing fragrance, but it is quite stunning. It has this headiness to it, and the peach is really beautiful, but it's a very mature peach. It's not a ripe, juicy peach. It's definitely a mature peach. It's like that peach when you just like out of a peach cobbler. It's kind of got that peach cobbler vibe to it, because it's almost like a cooked peach, as opposed to like a bite into a peach and it's juicy and you get that fragrance from it. No, this is more of like a cooked peach that has this quite interesting and attractiveness to it. So that's AL02 by Belle, which is a German niche house. You can find them here. They're really not well talked about or anything. I think me and Josh Jane are the only ones who talk about it, but it is what it is. All right, so that's that one. Now these are a little more, and then of course this is Coco Benite, which is by Mancera. Now I'm looking for my other one, but I can't find it, so I'm gonna talk about Coco Benite, some Manceras, and I'm gonna mention this one because for some reason I cannot find the bottle. I don't know what that's about. With all the Mancera bottles I have, I cannot find this bottle. But anyway, this is Coco Benite, coconut vanilla, and it's got that fruitiness from the peach. This, however, let me just say, the peach is definitely a supporting player to the coconut and vanilla, but it does help give it a little, so it's not so linear. It makes it so that it has some layers to it. It's a little more complex than if it just vibe with what's the strongest note you smell, which is coconut and vanilla. It's very beautiful, very beautiful. Then we have Oud Cafe. This is oud coffee, and then it has that peach note in it. The peach gives it a softness, and it takes away some of the harshness of the oud and the coffee, because oud and coffee are some harsh notes. You know, they can be very bitter, you know, very strong. The peach mellows them out, takes them down. So this is like tough in the beginning, but that peach helps to soften it up, makes it a little more mellow, gives it a more just a little more let me say it right, gives it a little more lusciousness to it, as opposed to just being oud and coffee. So it gives a lusciousness to this, and a sweetness and a little juiciness that helps to make it a much more interesting fragrance than if it was just linear oud and cafe. Oud and coffee. Okay, now I'm looking for, but I just don't see it, which is crazy, is Vernis Exclusive. once I find it, I'll insert it here, like a picture of it or something, me holding it right there. But anyway, Vernis Exclusive. Vernis Exclusive is so beautiful. It has this fruity vibe to it. Now, it kind of has a slightly peppery thing. I don't know why when you first spray it, but once it dries down and becomes this really gorgeous fruity vanilla. And the peach is what it smells like. It smells like a peach dessert with whipped cream on it. It smells like a whipped cream peach dessert. Oh, it is so good. It is so good. So that is Vernis Exclusive by Mancera. Now let's just talk about a few that are a little lighter. This is Bordeaux's Figu Blanche, 1902. It's part of the 1902. Now this is for real fig. This is like, if you one of people who wants a fig fragrance, this is it. It's similar to like Philosophos because it's definitely got the greenness to it and everything, but then there's this hint of peach in it that sweetens it up, so it's not quite so tart and so sour, because fig can be a little bit sour and tart. So the peach helps to ground it down and give it a little more sweetness to it. So it helps with bring more sweetness to that fig. And then this one right here, which I got just recently, this is Jasmine de Eau. Now I know this is not for everybody, but this is a beautiful jasmine tea fragrance with peach in it. There's like this peach blossom, and it is so beautiful. Oh my goodness, it's like a peachy jasmine tea, and that's exactly what it is. It's very light. This is perfect for the summertime. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, I love this already. It is just, yes, I'm gonna say that again. Okay, so now next up is Apricot and Osmanthus. I went through all my stuff. I barely had anything with Apricot in it, but I got a gang of stuff with Osmanthus. So we're gonna talk about Apricot first, and then we'll hit Osmanthus. Now, one that has Apricot, where it is Dahlia Divine, the Nude. Oh man, you smell it right on the top. You smell that apricot, because apricot is not quite as sweet as the peach. You know, it's got a little more to it, you know, and you smell it right off the top. Now, the thing about Dahlia Divine Nude, this is by Givenchy, is that it doesn't last as long as I would like it to, but baby, it doesn't matter. You know, I'll spray it again and again. But this is a perfect summertime picnic. You know, like if you're going to like something that's kind of like something a little elevated, you know, an elevated summer event, not like a barbecue, and not like a barbecue, but like a very beautiful picnic in the park. You know, going to the beach and having wine and, you know, cheese at the beach. That's the kind of stuff you want to do with Dahlia Divine Nude, because it has this sexiness to it, but and flirtatiousness to it. It's got that sweetness, but it's not too sweet, and it's still got that floral. So that's Dahlia Divine Nude. That's the only one I have is just apricot. So this is, we're talking about Osmanthus, and I know it's like, what exactly Osmanthus is? Osmanthus is a floral, but what it is, it has very strong kind of apricot-y scent to it. A lot of times it's used to bridge between a floral, to give it a little depth, a little complexity, without putting something that's too sweet in it. Now, let me tell you, I have some Osmanthus oil. We will be talking about this again when I do my notes breakdown, but I actually have bought Osmanthus oil because I wanted to see what it smelled like, right? So let's just talk about Osmanthus oil as an oil, just an oil. I wanted to know what it smelled like, and because I've now smelled it, I get it. It is a floral, but it's definitely got this fruity vibe to it. Oh my goodness, this is so good. Just breathing in the Osmanthus oil. So now it really will help me when I'm smelling things. That's why I bought it, was so that when I was smelling things and it says Osmanthus, can I actually pick that note out? And so that is why a lot of the fragrances that I chose are in here, because I could pick the note out and I could see how it actually does balance out and create a little fruitiness and a floral fragrance without adding a whole bunch of fruit. This is it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, it smells so good. All right, so just wanted to give y'all a little information on Osmanthus in case you didn't know. Now this one right here, this is a ruffian. This is a ruffian. This is Amouage Journey. As I always say, this is not for everybody because it has this kind of, in the beginning, it honestly has like this really roughness to it. It's not smooth, it's kind of rough on you. But what it has honey, it has osmanthus in it, so it has that really rich, and this is like the rich version of it. It has like this deep honeyed osmanthus, so it's this apricot-y vibe, kind of like a winter pastry with apricots in it. That's what Journey is, and there's other stuff going on with Journey, but that's it. Now speaking of Journey, let's just take this one out because this is the one that really started me really going, oh, well, this is osmanthus? Okay, I can get with this. This is Sunshine Woman by Amouage. This is stunning. This is stunning. This is stunning. It is osmanthus. It has white tobacco in it. It's got this sweetness to it, but yet it has this kind of like smokiness to it. This is a masterpiece to me. Not to everybody, but to me. And it really does live up to the hype. The sweetness is there, but it's nothing that you've ever had. Unless you find a dupe of this, there's nothing else that smells like Sunshine Woman. Nothing else. And so it has this special space and place for me because it's the one that made me say, oh, what is this? Oh, this is osmanthus. Oh my God, I love this fragrance. So that is Sunshine Woman. All right, next up is Nuit de Salafan. This is another of my surges. And yes, it has this beautiful osmanthus. I think it's got some honey, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. But anyway, it's sweet. It has this, like, you get that osmanthus because it gives it this juicy, peachy vibe to it. You know, it gives you this juicy apricot-y vibe to it. And it is just beautiful. This is just a beautiful fruity floral to me. I think they say it's only floral, but to me it's a fruity floral because it does have a really, that osmanthus really rings true through it. All right, next is this. This is La Belle et Ocelot by Salvador Dali. This is one of my newer ones. People are sleeping on this. I guess I'm gonna have to go on and do me another, video about fragrances ain't nobody talking about, because no one's talking about Salvador Dali's La Belle et Ocelot, and it is, oh my goodness, it's beautiful. It just has this richness to it, especially at the price. It has a richness to it. This osmanthus gives it this sexy vibe to it. Oh, because it's got this, juicy apricot-y vibe. Oh my goodness, this is so, this is glamorous. Besides, look at how glamorous this bottle is. This bottle is glamour, and the fragrance is as glamorous as the bottle. So it has this kind of richness to it, very got that fruitiness to it, but it's very elegant. And let me say this, it reads very high end. For the price, this reads very niche-y. You wear this, somebody's gonna think you wearing a $200 bottle of perfume, because it has so much depth and sexiness and provocativeness to the fragrance. So that's Salvador Dali's La Belle et Ocelot. This is Rose Oud by Nicolai Parfums. Rose Oud, we know what that is, right? But the osmanthus, gives it a little vibe, y'all. It gives it a vibe. It gives it this, where rose and oud can be just so, what the fuck is this bug? Okay, I'm gonna have to show y'all this. Hold on. Y'all see that bug? Do y'all see that bug? What the hell? Okay, so I gotta hurry up and film and get what the hell? Let me find my spray so I can kill this damn thing. Okay, so I'm back. I'm trying to film before I kill this bug or do something, because me and this bug, we can't live together. We can't live together. We just can't. Okay, but anyway. Okay. So let me just go ahead and hurry up and finish this video. Okay, so because the bug and me, the bug is about to win because it's big, it is black, and it's just not moving. Okay, so we're gonna have to finish this video another day, because now I have to kill this bug. So yeah, I'll get back to it. See y'all. Okay, so I'm back. It's another day because the bug won, and I left it. You know, I tried to get it, but it got away, and I wasn't gonna stay to see if we was gonna fight it out. I just conceded and gave it its victory and left the room. So now we're on another day. Now let me just tell y'all, this is day 3 of me watching G-Sun, and I'm wore out, y'all. I am worn out. Children are for the young, because this ain't my life. This ain't my ministry, y'all. This is not my ministry. But I said, let me finish this video so I can post it up, and maybe we can have a little chat or something, because I want to do this as a premiere, because it's gonna take fucking forever for this to be done. But anyway, let me speed through these right quick. We're gonna talk about these Osmanthus. Let me fix that, because it's like just the top of my head was cut off. Okay, these apricot Osmanthus fragrances. Let me put on a ring or something. I'm telling y'all, I'm off right now. I mean, look at my head. I said, okay, ain't gonna be no makeup. Let's just put on something. So I put on this. I put on some lip gloss and glasses, and we done. Okay, so anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the ones I was trying to finish before I was so rudely interrupted by that damn bug. So let's keep it going. So the next one is, this is Osmanthus. This is La Perla's Lotus Shadow. This is a beautiful tea fragrance. When I'm telling y'all, I don't know what's going on, my stand is acting up. When I'm telling y'all, I did not know I needed a tea fragrance. This is stunning. Now, the Osmanthus in here balances everything out, makes it work a little bit better, you know, just does the whole thing for you. So that is La Perla's Lotus Shadow. So what it does, it gives it a slight sweetness to it, whereas it's floral. It's got that lotus blossom kind of vibe to it, which is very delicate. And so Osmanthus has a delicacy to it with also. So it's like, you know, it plays very well with the lotus in here. All right, next up, let's just do Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. This has, you know, tuberose in it, has May rose in it, but what happens is that Osmanthus gives it that little bite of sweetness that you need going on with it. So there's this one. This is Good Girl Gone Bad by Kilian. You know, a lot of people know this fragrance. The Osmanthus is not super prominent, but it's just enough of it to like give it a sweetness to it, like a slight fruitiness to it. All right, here we go. Next up is this. This is Oud After Dark, and this is by Amarud. Now, let me tell you about this. This one actually has apricot and Osmanthus in it. This is, as I always say, this is a bad girl fragrance. Okay, so my thing is falling. Y'all see this? Hold on. Did y'all notice my head the thing kept going down some? Because it was doing that. So anyway, let's talk about Amarud Oud After Dark. This is just, okay, so this is one of my deep, dark, mysterious fragrances. It's spicy, it's incensey, it's oud, it's got tobacco in it, it's smokiness. Now here's what happens. There's plum and apricot and Osmanthus in it, and they play so good together. In the beginning, this is kind of a hard fragrance to wear at the top. It's like, it's all right. But as it dries down and the apricot, the Osmanthus and the plum, and they start mixing together, and they make this really beautiful fruity scent that helps to balance out all these strong, very very in your face notes, like the incense, like the olibanum, like the frankincense, like the oud, like the tobacco. It then takes it and just gives it this really sexy richness with that fruitiness from the apricot, osmanthus, and plum. So that's Emerald Oud After Dark. Then this is Nudistitas. Every time something, did y'all see that? It's just moving. It's just moving on me. I don't know what's going on, but this ball is not staying right. Every time I turn around and look, it's like it's going down on my head. This is one of those days, y'all. So this is Nudus Veritas by Ateliers des Ors. This is a beautiful floral. It's primarily white florals, so it's got this sweetness from the orange blossom. It's got jasmine. It's got the osmanthus in it. It is a beautiful, beautiful floral. And the osmanthus is taking it from just being a floral based to give it that sweetness that you get from the osmanthus, that gives it that little apricot-y, fruity vibe, and takes that and balances out all of those florals so that then it's a little more rich and a little more complex than it would be otherwise. So that is Atelier's Nudus Veritas. Now, honestly, love the scent. It just doesn't last long on me. I'm aware when it's really hot, humid, and see, does that make the difference? But we shall see, because I'm like really like almost over it. But anyway, that is Nudus Veritas. And then I think this is gonna be the last one, because quite frankly, I'm trying, y'all. I'm struggling now. This is Velvet Noir by Oscar de la Renta. Now, people be sleeping on this one. It's very inexpensive. This is a oud fragrance, but it has the osmanthus in it, which gives it kind of like this oud, kind of slightly apricot-y pastry vibe to it. And then it has rose. All of them have rose, but it's got amber in it. It's just, everybody talks about Oscar de la Renta's Midnight Amber, and they love it. If you like Midnight Amber, you need Velvet Noir. I actually think Velvet Noir is a tad bit better than the Midnight Amber by Oscar de la Renta, which everybody loves. But this is a great oud, especially for someone who's just dipping their toe in oud, because the oud is there, but then you have the amber, you have the musk, you have this beautiful osmanthus that's giving it this, bridging that gap between florals and the ouds and those strong, fragrances. So yeah, this is Oscar de la Renta's Velvet Noir. All right, I think that's all I got for y'all. I mean, I was probably gonna do some more, but I'm so off right now. 5 days of being a grandmother by herself is wearing me out. So anyway, thank y'all for hanging out, because I don't even know how long this video is going to be, but thank y'all, because y'all the ones. Y'all my ones for watching this with me. Thank you so much. Everybody else, if you watch this later on after the premiere and you get this far, thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed these apricot, peach, osmanthus fragrances that I shared with you. So anyway, Lulu is out.